My name is Khalid Akhtar, and with Shabazz Ahmed and Ariz Akhtar, we present Stories of the Week. It's Sunday again, it's Father's Day. Welcome, Shabazz Ahmed.
Good morning, Khalid. Good morning, Aris.
Good
How are we
morning.
today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Shabazz, let's start off. We've had some bad news this week, and again, another death in the family. And my condolences go out to all the family members.
Thank you very much, Khalid. No, it's not been an easy week for the family. Haji Muhammad Azhar of Wolverhampton unfortunately passed away this Monday. My father-in-law and a well-respected figure within the community. And I think a big loss for all involved. The family's not been in a great way, but inshallah, Allah Ta'ala give him the highest place in Jannat al-Firdaus.
Ameen. And it's weird, isn't it? Because in 3 weeks, both my sister-in-laws have passed, their fathers have passed away.
Yeah.
So for me, Ariz, and yourselves, it's been a difficult month. But it's Father's Day as well.
Yeah, it's just
so it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that Father's Day has come so soon after the death of my father-in-law. But no, just a special mention for the community. If you don't mind, I would like to touch on the fantastic efforts of the community at UK Islamic Mission Masjid. I thought the janazah itself was handled impeccably. So credit to Khalid and to all the guys at the masjid. It's horrible times at the moment that not all the community can be involved in the janazah. But I think everyone well respected the guidelines that were in place, and just a testament to the masjid, the way it was handled, and testament to the family. Allah gave them honsala.
It's been difficult. It's COVID-19. We have to abide by the rules, and we did, and we move forward. Father's Day today, so the lines are open for everyone who's celebrating out there. If you've got a parent, a father, and you love him, and you want to tell him that you love him, telephone lines are now open. Please, Aris, give them
to ring in for your Father's Day message. The number is 01902 972 150.
Once again, 01902 972 150. If you love your dad, this is the place you need to tell him. Tell him it's the best present anyone could give anybody.
Well, live on air, telling the whole world. Alhamdulillah, what could be better on a Sunday morning?
Exactly. And of course, you can message in. If you're too shy to call in, you can message in 07 440 420 432. And we're live on Facebook and YouTube.
We are, that's right. So
and we've got a brand new camera. And if you're looking at me and I'm look deformed, it's not me. Honestly, it's not me. It's the camera. Blame the camera. That's why we're radio people, not TV people, are we?
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's all happening today, and we'll be going round all the stories around the world. At around 11 o'clock, we'll do the Muslim world with Shabazz.
Yeah, we'll be heading all around the world, and I believe you've got our Youth Zone update as well.
Yeah, I have. Yep.
And this day in history at 11 o'clock, and in between, we'll be doing all the calls. We've got a call coming in straight away. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Wa alaikum salam. I recognise this voice.
I recognise this voice as well.
Is this the Iqra Khan who came on live yesterday on radio and absolutely smashed it? Iqra Khan.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. What message would you like to deliver this Father's Day?
I want to say happy Father's Day to my dad, and I love him.
Oh, so sweet. What's your daddy's name?
Ali.
Ali, the smart Ali. Oh, that is so sweet of you. You are so caring, so kind.
Thank you.
Did you make your daddy some breakfast this morning? No. Go and make him some breakfast, okay? Cornflakes, milk. Do you want to say hello to anybody else?
All my family and friends.
Oh, thank you very much, Iqra Khan. You're the first caller, and thank you for calling in.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Khuda
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
What a beautiful voice.
Mashallah, yeah, mashallah. And just as Iqra has called in, I would just like to say how amazing her naats were yesterday on Brother Fiaz's show, Shami Naat. beautiful show. A couple of amazing guests in Khalid Tanweer yesterday. Probably my all-time favourite Nath Khan. And Iqra Khan, I mean, the Husbi Rabbi, mashallah, that was such a beautiful Nath.
You know what?
Yeah.
My hair on my arm stuck up when she starts, saying that translation. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it makes me think, though, that particular Nath Husbi Rabbi, it's... in school in Pakistan, it's sort of the done thing where all children of that age will learn that now. They don't really do that here, do they?
No.
Unfortunately. But no, testament to Iqra, the fact that she's learnt it and she read it so beautifully. Well done, Iqra.
Well done.
Well done.
And also saying well done, our very own Ari's Akhtar, he completed the Quran for the second time this week.
Mashallah, well done,
And
Aris.
what happened to you? What treat did you get?
My mum bought me McDonald's.
And how long did you have to queue?
Not long, really. About 10 minutes, maybe.
Wow.
Excellent. We'll carry on with the stories from around the world. I'm going to start off with the once a man asked God, "What did you gain by regularly praying to God?" The man replied, "Nothing, but let me tell you what I lost: anger, ego, greed, depression, insecurity, and fear of death. Sometimes the answer to our prayers is not gaining, but losing, which ultimately is the gain."
Wow. Well said.
Yeah, good.
Very well said.
Oh, I'm feeling on form today,
I'll
Shabazz.
tell you what, I think you've pumped up from the sports show yesterday.
Did you enjoy the sports
I
show?
did enjoy the sports show. Very Wolves heavy, I must say. But given you had 3 Wolves fans in the room, it was always going
Well,
to be.
and you know what topped it off? Wolverhampton Wanderers won last night as
They did,
well,
yeah.
2-0.
2-0.
And did you see that goal by Neto?
Wow, what a goal.
So what?
Stunner.
I missed this goal. I'll need
On
to
the
watch.
volley, smashed the net, ripped it to pieces.
Yeah.
And did that make it 2-0?
2-0, 2-0 and 3 points, and we're on level on points with Manchester United.
You are indeed. Yeah.
Watch your space.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had a few more deaths around the world. Willie Thorne, snooker player, 66. He dies in hospital in Spain with his family at his bedside after suffering septic shock following respiratory failure as he was treated for leukemia. Willie Thorne was a really good player back in the day.
He was. However,
Snooker player, yeah.
Yeah, he was. But did you know he never actually won the World Championship?
No, but did you know he made the most 147 breaks?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No. I didn't know that. Wow.
Mainly in practice,
Well,
but
probably, yeah.
it was really good. Also from Bollywood, Sushant Singh Rajput, Bollywood star, he died aged 34. Popular actor was found dead in his Mumbai residence on Sunday. Initial reports citing police sources said the 34-year-old's body was found in his apartment in Bandra, and apparently he hung himself.
Oh.
Very sad news. Very good actor as well.
Very, very good actor.
And we did have one more person. Oh yeah, Tariq Aziz, PTV in Pakistan. He hosted most of the shows there. He passed away this week as well.
Sad news.
Very
We
sad.
have got another death coming out of Hollywood as well. So I don't know if you're a Lord of the Rings fan at all.
Yes, I
No,
heard
I'm
about
not.
this. Yes.
Yeah, so Ian Holm, a famous actor at the age of 88, unfortunately passed away as well. For those of you who don't know him, he played Bilbo Baggins in the legendary film Lord of the Rings.
Ari's
Archaeologists find African American cemetery with 70 graves forgotten under Florida parking lot. The land formerly belonged to a black church when the church was sold in 1955. Most of its graves were moved, but residents always said dozens of unmarked graves had been left behind.
Wow.
They'd been forgotten about
Forgotten.
underneath the parking lot.
What
Unbelievable.
about their families? Would they realise that their rishtedar are underneath the parking lot?
I bet
I
they just
don't
didn't
know.
know, did they?
Probably not.
Netherlands, we're going to Netherlands. There's a sweat test ankle bracelet to target alcohol-related crime.
Okay.
So, like, if you go to prison and you get released early, you have to wear a tag. Well, here, now, Dutch criminals convicted of alcohol-related offences will be forced to wear a special ankle bracelet to monitor their drinking habits.
It's a good idea.
The electric tag, called an alcohol meter, will be able to keep track of any sign of alcohol consumption by analysing the sweat of the person wearing it. So
Wow.
the more you sweat of alcohol, you'll be put back into prison.
I actually think that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
A good way to monitor.
But you know, it must be awkward wearing this ankle bracelet on your ankle all your life, or for 6-7 months.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I think once they've got a few drinks down them, I think they must forget it's there. must just forget it's there.
Probably.
Got a bit of good news for Radio Ramadan.
Yeah.
So I know we're streaming live on a number of different platforms. We've got Facebook, we've got YouTube. We're also on Alexa, I believe, as well. So how about Alexa in your car? So Amazon Echo Auto launches in the UK and Ireland. So the first Amazon Echo device designed for use in the car has been launched in the UK and Ireland. It's called Echo Auto. It plugs into your car's 12-volt power outlet or your built-in USB port and connects to the in-car stereo via either audio jack or via Bluetooth to enable the use of Alexa inside the vehicle. Users are then able to use Alexa voice commands to control music, check news, make phone calls, or check their schedule without taking hands off the wheel or eyes off the road. The device gets internet connectivity by connecting to a phone and the Alexa app and using an existing data plan. So Alexa for your car.
Brilliant. That is technology nowadays is just amazing, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Fantastic. We've had a message coming. Happy Father's Day to the most awesome dad, Akka, the original DJ Khalid, who's the most amazing dad in the world. Thank you for being so kind, so caring and so loving. Love you loads. That's from my son Hassan.
I'm sure I just saw you write that text out to yourself.
No, I didn't. I've got proof. I've got cameras everywhere. Talk about DJ Khalid. I've got a little story to tell you about DJ Khalid.
Go for it.
I went to Malaysia last year, and we went to one of these sightseeing things, and there was some American students there, and they saw me and they started shouting, DJ Khalid, DJ Khalid. And obviously, because I am DJ Khalid, I started looking around and saying, yeah. And they thought I was the other DJ Khalid.
The DJ Khalid.
But did you know I'm the original DJ Khalid?
You are, that's right, because I don't think he was born then when you were doing your DJing.
Salam, brother Khalid, Shabazz and Aris. Mashallah, congratulations to young Aris for completing the Quran the second time round. That's from Syra Khan.
Thank you.
Mashallah.
Thank you very much. More stories. Do you eat pot noodles?
Yeah, I do actually like a Bombay bad boy every now and again, yeah.
What about you, Aris?
I don't really have them.
No?
No.
Well, do you eat your pot noodle with a spoon or with a fork?
Fork.
Fork, I would.
Fork. Well, I want to hear what the listeners eat their pot noodles with, because there's loads of people who say some people eat it with a spoon because it's better, because you get more taste. And there's some people who are saying, no, you got to eat it with a fork. So while a few explain that a fork makes it easier to get a hold of the noodles, others use a spoon so they can pick up some of the soupy liquid at the bottom, and a couple of people prefer to use chopsticks.
Wow.
I
what do you
use a
use?
fork.
Okay.
Fork, definitely a fork.
Yeah.
And then I use a pot afterwards to drink the cup.
Right,
Yeah. Obviously.
I wonder if anyone out there uses their hands, because it is something to eat with your hands, isn't it? So
Pot noodles.
You can't be done.
You'll need some new fingerprints, really, wouldn't you?
You would.
That text line 07440 420 432, and the telephone line
01902 972 150. And also, I have got a competition for Muslim listeners that is an Islamic quiz, but for the non-Muslim listeners that is an English quiz. So I'm just going to repeat that number to call in for the competition: 01902 972 150.
It is Father's Day. We are celebrating. If you want to do a dedication for your beloved father, tell him you love him. Iqra Khan's already done it. My son Hassan's said it by text.
And I just want to say Happy Father's Day to my dad. I love you lots and thank you for everything you do for me.
He does a lot for you.
Yeah, he does do a lot for me.
Fantastic. And Shabazz, anything?
Absolutely, yes. So we've got some news coming out from the royals. The lovely Meghan Markle reportedly believes her instinct to leave the UK makes sense. Now she is destined to help fight systematic racism in the US. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back from senior members of the royal family at the end of March, spending time in Canada before settling in California amid the coronavirus pandemic. The former actress has allegedly told friends her gnawing urgency to uproot from England was fate, and she could be the forefront of the anti-racism movement in America.
Do you think she's a real deal?
In what capacity?
I mean, is she fake or is she real?
No, I think she's fallen in love with the prince, and I think they've got happily married. But I don't think she's got any aspiration to do any of the royal duties as such.
She's not real, a proper princess.
Well, she is now. She's married
by
to a
name,
prince.
by name.
By name, that's right. But only time will tell, But I think, given that Prince Harry is, 10th or 11th now in line for the throne, I think stepping back was just a logical thing for him to do. I was surprised that they moved out of the country to the US and to Canada. However, Meghan Markle seems to think that she's destined to be at the US because she's going to be at the forefront of fighting racism.
I'll tell you something which I really enjoyed watching this week was the football matches just before kick-off or when the whistle blew, taking to the knee. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Was that so effective?
Very effective, very powerful message, and one that went all around the world. I was looking at news in America, in Arabia, and they were all covering this, Khalid. So it was a big deal.
Yeah, I think there's changes coming around the world now.
I think the rugby unions, Swing Home Sweet Chariot, I think they're looking at that song as well, effectively looking to ban it potentially because it's got slavery links. But we'll have to wait and see.
Hira from Scotland has just messaged in and she's saying she's loving this show. So Hira, thank you very much for your call.
Man with a horse and cart furious after being refused service at popular fast food drive-thru. A traveller says he was left humiliated after this popular fast food drive-thru refused to serve him at a drive-thru whilst he was riding a horse and cart.
Why?
Did he really think he was going to get served with a horse?
Well, it's some sort of transport, isn't it?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, it is, but you don't really see everyone in a horse going through a drive-thru.
I think there's some discrimination against people with horse and carts there. Was it a health and safety thing, was it? Or?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I've got to talk about Marcus Rashford as well because of that movement as well. He actually stuck up for school kids to get their free school dinners over the summer break.
Fantastic effort.
And the Prime Minister actually turned around and said, yes, I agree with him. So amazing stuff that these footballers are doing at the moment.
Well, they've got that platform, haven't they? Being in the spotlight with millions of followers on social media. And testament to Marcus Rashford, he didn't have to. But I think a lot of the younger black players, like if you name Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, even Jermaine Defoe up at Rangers, they're all now looking to make a change. So fair play.
What makes a dad? I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
God took the strength of a mountain, the majesty of a tree, the warmth of a summer sun, the calm of a quiet sea, the generous soul of nature, the comforting arm of night, the wisdom of the ages, the power of the eagle's flight, the joy of a morning in spring, the faith of a mustard seed, the patience of eternity, the depth of a family need. Then God combined these qualities when there was nothing more to add. He knew his masterpiece was complete, and so he called it Dad.
MashaAllah.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Another one coming in here. Salam guys. Hey guys, thought I'd listen to you guys whilst running. Special message to my father, my king. We love you very much, Dad. And that's from Rook.
MashaAllah. Thank you,
Beautiful
Rook.
message.
Beautiful message.
A father is his king.
And out running on a Sunday morning.
I know, she's mad. Mad. You should be having breakfast.
Yeah.
You should be spoiling your dad.
Or making your dad breakfast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for your text message. Don't forget, telephone lines are open, 01902 972150 if you want to give that special message to that special father. And, if you don't do it, it shows me that you're not loving him as much as you should be.
Well, my children showed me a lot of love this morning, I have to say. So I had a shave, shower, went downstairs, and there I had a bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes waiting for me, and a cup of tea.
Oh.
And I asked Ibrahim, who's 5, did he make that himself? I'm sure that it was my wife's doing, but it was appreciated nonetheless. So thank you, children, for the beautiful gesture this morning.
MashaAllah.
Woman hatches ducklings from regular supermarket eggs. She must have bought them from the shops and hatched them herself at home.
Wow. So this is doable, isn't it? I think if you've
Yeah.
got enough heat, I think this is doable.
Yeah.
Really?
You ever thought about doing that yourself, Faris?
I have thought about it, but I think it would take a lot of effort and time to do it.
I think you should try. How about let's do an experiment from next week, yeah? Put an egg, put some heat on it, and let's see how far it goes. If it
Yeah,
hatches,
but then what would I do with chicken if it came out?
the cat will love it, won't it?
Jules Assalan, maybe?
That's it. Halal, halal. Beautiful story there. Amazing. I can't believe people actually go to those lengths to do things like that.
Yeah, I think the pandemic and people being locked down for so long isn't people doing crazy, weird and wonderful things.
Talk about weird and wonderful. Switzerland, why thousands of women staged a mass scream. Thousands of women in Switzerland have taken part in a mass scream at a protest to demand equal treatment and end to domestic violence. During the women's strike, they screamed for 60 seconds at 3:24 p.m., the time of day when women technically start working for free because of the wage gap.
Okay.
They also staged a flash mob and held a minute's silence for women killed by husbands or boyfriends. Roxanne Erico, a 19-year-old student in Geneva who said her mother was killed by her violent partner, said the screams were not only for herself. I also screamed for my sisters and brothers. I screamed for all the other children who lost a mother or a father, and I also screamed for my mother who would have had screamed if she was still here.
Wow. And
Powerful.
How many women did you say that was?
Thousands, it says.
I'm just trying to work out what that would sound like. Thousands of women screaming at once.
My wife screaming is enough. Never mind thousands of.
And
Thousands of.
message from Sarah Khan, happy Father's Day to all the listeners. And Salma Hassan, nice show, guys.
Thank you very much, Salma. Very sweet words. And Sarah Khan, thank you very much. Loyal listeners.
Fantastic. Yep, absolutely.
Beautiful. This COVID-19 story I'm going to touch on. The woman who has become India's corona voice.
Okay.
So not coronavirus, corona voice.
voice.
Yeah. The voiceover artist who behind the iconic coronavirus caller tune, instructing Indians how to behave during the pandemic, has come to be known as India's corona voice. For the past 2.5 months now, it's Mrs. Bala's warm and soothing voice that millions of Indians first hear when they make a telephone call.
Wow.
So she does it really nice. So she's really famous. A voice actor for a decade now. She's also the voice of a private airline, one of the India's biggest telecom companies, and the Delhi's Metro's airport service. It's a voice that tells you what the next station is and whether the doors will open on the right or on the left. But it's the coronavirus campaign that has brought her to the limelight. In the past week, since it became known that she is the voice of COVID-19 awareness message, Miss Bala has become a celebrity of sorts. The Indian press has picked up on her story on social media. Her voice has been described as superb and spiffing, and memes and TikTok videos have been made around the audio clip. Until a week back, she said, I was just doing my job and no one knew me, and then one TV interview went viral and my life's changed.
How amazing is that for her?
Exactly. It just takes one thing in your life that could change the whole future.
It does, yeah. And it is always quite strange how you always hear that one familiar voice. So if in the UK, if you think, if you remember the old TV show Big Brother, the person who used to commentate on that, his voice was everywhere on every advert you heard of, car adverts and TV adverts. Maybe you, Khalid, can become the new corona voice of the UK. Maybe.
Yes, coronavirus here at Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton.
Okay, so a non-scary voice would be good, maybe. Or
Talking about voices, many years ago, I had Bill Mitchell do my jingles.
Right.
And Bill Mitchell is a person who does the jingles for Carlsberg, probably the best lager in the world, and Hamlet the cigar. Really good voiceover. And I actually found them, and 20 years later, they still sound magical.
I bet.
And brilliant. But Bill Mitchell is passed away now. 1997 he passed away.
Yeah.
But I've still got his jingles, and maybe one day I might play them.
That would be good to hear.
Fox rescued after getting its head stuck in a car wheel. A fox somehow managed to get its head stuck in a car wheel. The unlucky, or lucky, depending on how you look at it, animal had peered inside the alloy wheel and then been unable to get back out. Thankfully, the firefighters managed to rescue him using special equipment to cut through the metal.
I think he's lucky more than unlucky.
Yeah.
Because anyone could have just driven off, and that would not have been a nice sight.
Would you help a fox if he was stuck?
Yeah.
Would you be able to touch it?
I think yes and no. If it was gnawing and shouting and biting, maybe not. But no, I believe we should look after animals,
Yeah.
regardless of who they are.
So, we had a magpie at work, got stuck in some fencing,
Right.
cage, got the wire fencing in a
Yeah.
prison, and he got stuck, and we actually tried to help it, pull him out, and I thought that was my good deed of the day. We're going to an ad break very soon. We should be back in around 4 minutes. Don't forget them telephone lines are still open. If you want to give that Father's Day message to your loved one, give us a call 01902 972 150. Or you could text us 07440 402 0432. Welcome back to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton on the World Wide Web, on all your Android devices, and on Alexa, like Shabazz says. You could get it in the car now as well. So there's no excuses of not listening to the stories of the week. We're going to go to around the world in 80 seconds or so.
Yes, we are. We're going to do a whistle-stop tour around the world, our regular segment on our weekly show. We're going to start off in Pakistan now. I know you're a big Ertugrul fan.
I love it.
So
Love it.
it's absolutely
I
amazing.
think I need to start watching this show because it seems to be all the rage in Pakistan since the state broadcaster began airing a dubbed version of the show. So I'm guessing it's dubbed in Urdu or Punjabi, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's
Urdu it is, yeah.
The show's immense popularity has polarised opinion in Pakistan. Some feel it is a threat to the local culture and promotes violence, while others applaud it for glorifying Muslim heroes. But it's not just celebrities and analysts who are commenting on the show. The country's politicians are also actively involved in the debate. This is not the first Turkish drama to have become popular in Pakistan, but what's different about Ertugrul, often described as the Muslim Game of Thrones, is that it's been promoted by the Prime Minister Imran Khan for reasons thought to be both personal and political. So there you have it, Ertugrul being promoted by Imran Khan.
You know, that program is probably the best
Yeah.
series I've ever seen.
So go on, this is for myself and all of our listeners out there who haven't seen Ertugrul. What puts me off, Cal, is that the first series has 100 episodes.
You know what?
100 episodes, come on.
Once you
100.
start watching it, you'd want to
Yeah.
have more episodes.
Is
The
When you
hundreds-
finished, you want it to be
The
more.
hundreds seem little after you've started watching it
So
because
go
you want 200-300 episodes.
So let's say I go home today, I watch one, I watch two. How many do I have to watch before something starts to happen?
2 episodes.
Really?
2 episodes will get you hooked.
Fine. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've heard it here on Ramadan Radio, 2 episodes. Right, I'll check out Ertugrul
I
later
mean,
tonight.
I've finished it. You finished it, obviously. My parents are near finishing it. There, they normally watch 2 a day, but now they're trying to long it out to 1 because they don't know what they're going to do without
Because
it.
what you do is you see, oh, I've only got, let's say it's 100 episodes. You got 40 episodes left. And your life is going to stop
Yeah.
after Ertugrul.
Right. Okay.
Honestly.
And how many seasons are there?
5.
5 seasons.
So there's 5 seasons. Let's just get this clear. 5 seasons and give or take 70 episodes per season.
More.
I'd say 90 or more.
Yeah,
season.
more.
I'd say 90 per season.
Wow.
And there's another series coming out after that called the Osman series.
Ertugrul's son.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to carry on, and
Wow.
yeah, it's brilliant stuff. Brilliant.
Right, 450 episodes, and I better get prepared. Better get the popcorn ready. Right, moving swiftly across into the USA. So, Alhamdulillah, Muslims performed congregational Friday prayers in the state of Maryland and New Jersey for the first time since the coronavirus lockdowns were lifted. Nearly 3 months after the restrictions were rolled out to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, Muslims gathered at the Diyanet Center of America in Lanham, Maryland, for the service. Hundreds of worshippers filled the mosque courtyard and the garden to perform the prayer in line with social distancing guidelines. The centre's chairman Bilal Kuspinar said during the sermon that all measures have been taken for worshippers for a healthy return for their prayers.
Brilliant stuff.
So really good news coming out of Washington in the USA. Alhamdulillah, they've read Jummah.
And some story coming out from Saudi Arabia as well, that all mosques apart from Masjid al-Haram are opening from this morning, 6 a.m. this morning. They're all
Alhamdulillah.
open. So no doubt that in the next week or so, the main mosque in Mecca will be open as well
Inshallah,
for
inshallah.
prayers.
Do you know if that's the same for Masjid al-Nabawi?
Masjid Nabi is open.
Fantastic.
Obviously, with social distancing, everything is going to plan there as well. 100,000 worshippers for Jummah.
MashaAllah, I think things are slowly getting back to normal. But no, really good news. Hopefully we can follow suit here in the UK. I know all our residents are keen to get back into their masjids, no doubt. Right, moving away from the USA now, back into closer to home into France. So do you shop at Lidl, Khalid?
Not really, no.
Do you shop at Lidl, Iris?
No, not really.
Fine. Well, German supermarket chain Lidl has cancelled a PlayStation 4 sale near Paris after a crowd of 500 people gathered in front of the store on Wednesday morning. It was offering the Sony Games console for less than €95, which, for anyone out there, is an absolute bargain, instead of the usual €300. Authorities say some customers had even camped in front of the shop since Tuesday night. and unfortunately police were forced to intervene to disperse the influx of customers at 8 a.m. shortly before the shop was due to open. And there are videos on Snapchat that appear to show tear gas also being fired outside the store entrance. So people going absolutely crazy for PlayStations in Paris.
The world's going mad.
It is, yes. And you think there's a pandemic going on, but PS4 seems to be the number one
So was
priority.
there any social distancing at grabbing these PS4s?
I don't think so. I think if you look at some of the snaps on Snapchat, it's it's crazy times, unfortunately.
Mad.
But, €95 for a PS4, absolute bargain in France.
Yeah.
So anyone's looking to get out there.
Did you get me too?
Unfortunately not, no. I've not been anywhere this week, unfortunately. Just going to stop going across into the Far East, into Japan now. Something that I thought was absolutely amazing. Have you heard of a mobile mosque?
Mobile mosque.
Yeah, mobile
No.
mosque. What do you think?
Only in my house. I'm mobile from bedroom to living room.
Right, well, mobile mosques will be used, and I recommend everybody who's listening to just Google this, right? Google mobile mosques Olympics and just have a look at what this thing looks like. It's amazing. So mobile mosques will be used at the Olympics in Tokyo to help against a severe lack of appropriate prayer space, with thousands of Muslim athletes, officials and supporters arriving in the Japanese capital. Prayer space is said to be severely lacking in venues, hotels and public areas. This is where the mosques on wheels will come into play. The Yasu project is behind the scheme, where trucks fitted with fully equipped 48 square metre prayer rooms will provide the necessary space, and the vehicle also includes Arabic signage and outdoor water taps for pre-worship cleansing. So how about that?
I think that's fantastic, isn't
Brilliant, yeah.
It encourages all the Muslim world, all the Muslim countries to partake in the Olympics.
Fantastic, yeah. And I think the fact that they even thought about this, putting prayer and worship at the forefront of the Olympics, I think it's just a real good thing from Japan. So hats off to you, Tokyo.
Yeah, and if you look at it logically, we pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So 5 times in the Olympics would be, in different events. So to have these mobile tents or whatever they're
Mobile
built-
mosque.
mobile mosques, and just before a race you could go in and you could pray, and then for your dua you said, please God, let me win this race. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. Alhamdulillah. No, I think it's a real good thing coming out of Japan, and hopefully other countries can follow suit where there's a lack of prayer space. With a will, there's a way.
Beautiful. Babita from Wolverhampton, happy Father's Day to all amazing fathers. Heartfelt thoughts and prayers to those who are struggling on this special day. Special happy Father's Day to my amazing dad. Thank you for everything. Love and respect always and forever. Love you millions. That's from Babita in Wolverhampton.
And another message, Happy Father's Day, Papa. We love you lots, from Hamza, Rayan and Hira.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
And another one here, I would love to say happy Father's Day to my dad. He is the best dad in the world, and that's from Razik.
Thank you,
Akhtar.
Razik.
So
That's
loads
right.
of messages. Don't forget those lines, those live calls. We want live calls. Please tell your parents or your dad that you love him. You could do that live here right now. 01902 972 150. And don't forget, it's all recorded as well. So back in years to come, you could look at Facebook, you could look at YouTube and say, look, Dad, I've done that for you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful present to give to your dad in the future as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think while people have got their fathers still here with us, take the opportunity to tell them that you love them.
Have you finished with your stories?
Yeah, so we've been around the world now. I was going to do a little snippet that I came across a couple of years ago about my father and yours
Yeah.
and all our listeners. Is it a good time to jump into that?
Perfect.
Brilliant. So it's a little segment that I came across a couple of years ago. It's something that I would really like to share with the listeners. It's called Dedicated to My Father and Yours. So we often hear lectures, listen to nazms, and listen to a lot of articles on mothers, and this is rightfully so, as Jannah lies under the feet of our mothers. But I want to highlight the beautiful key to that Jannah, which is our father. Fathers are silent heroes of our lives. They silently provide for us a comfortable life through years of hard work, and even though we never truly appreciate their efforts, they silently gift us everything our heart desires and more. They silently protect us from the minute we take our first breath until they take their last breath, even though we may never completely understand them. They silently sacrifice their time, strength, energy, and even their last penny to make us happy and to grow with love and respect. Our Father is our silent hero, yet his dua for us echoes from his heart and it illuminates our lives with happiness, barakah and peace. Always remember those special fathers who have been called back to their Creator as we make dua to Allah to grant them the highest rank in Jannah and reunite them with their family in the gardens of Jannah. Ameen. To know the value of a father, look into the eyes of those who have lost theirs. May Allah bless all fathers with the best of health, iman and happiness, for you are truly our heroes. Ameen.
It's
Amen.
beautiful. That's actually brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, it takes me back to my father, who sadly passed away 8 or 9 years ago. But no, if you just a message from me, if your father's still with us, take the time to spend some time with them today and every day. And if your father isn't with us, do keep them in your prayers at all times.
Definitely a fair message going out to the world out there. We are around the world. We are on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on the internet. We're on all devices God's made. So please do listen to us. Listen to these wise words.
Alexa Auto now as well.
Alexa
In the
Auto.
car,
Yeah.
yes.
I've got to get myself that Alexa Auto.
Yeah, really good.
Would somebody buy that for me for my Father's Day present?
I can see your son rushing out to Curry's right now.
Now he's got this Amazon Prime,
Right.
order it now and it'll be delivered in 2 hours.
Right.
It's that quick nowadays.
And another message from Salma Hassan. I am one of the presenters. My show is in Arabic called The Nile Show.
The Nile Show, that's on tonight.
Yeah.
It's on tonight. You know what? They have so many listeners. It's in Arabic, but they have they have more listeners than we do.
Wow.
And
Mashallah.
that's saying something.
Yeah.
Mashallah,
You know what I mean? Brilliant show. I
Mate.
wish it could be translated on Facebook. So what they say in Arabic gets
Yeah.
translated so we know what they're saying. So
Yeah.
Salma, beautiful show. And hats off to all the team. You do a fantastic job.
Fantastic.
And also, don't forget that my competition, English questions and Islamic questions, make sure to phone in 01902 972 150.
Just repeat that again because some people weren't listening.
Oh, okay. 01902 972 150 to ring in for the competition.
Fantastic. Revealed 10 most commonly misspelt words in CVs. So, gentleman and child, do you know what a CV is, Aris?
Is it something that you give into work or something?
Not bad, not bad. So when you apply for a job, you have to do a CV, and Shabazz is very good at CVs, aren't you?
I'd like to think so. It's never
never let
failed.
you down,
Never
has
let
it?
me down, no, yeah. Let me ask you, what does CV stand for?
Curriculum vitae, something like that.
That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
close enough, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. You're testing me now,
I
aren't
am,
you?
yeah. I am. You knew I was going to ask you that, didn't you?
I didn't. Yeah, so 10 most misspelt words. So what we're going to do is, the master here on my right, Mr. CV specialist Shabazz Ahmed, and the amateur on my left, which is Khalid Akhtar. We're going to
Okay.
see how good your spellings are. And if you're at home, you could play along as well. So the first word, initiative. So I'm going to go to Shabazz first. Initiative. Can you spell initiative?
Of course I can spell initiative.
Go on then.
Okay. I-N.
You're not Googling this, are
No,
you?
I'm not. I always think initiative is initiative
Okay.
when I spell it, so I'll have that in my head. So INTIATIVE.
I-N.
TIA.
Hold
Hold on. INI.
Oh, go on.
INI.
Yeah.
TIATIVE.
I'll let you off with that one.
You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ari's detail orientated.
Okay. DETAIL
Yeah. Orientated.
ORIENT
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Orientate
Tid.
TED.
Oh,
I tell you what, for the next ones, both me and Aras are going to put our phones away because we're cheating here,
No,
aren't we?
I'm not good spelling stuff from like the top of my head. I have to write it down to spell it.
do you want to use a pen?
Yes, please.
Here you are then. There you are, Shabazz.
Okay, he's got an
Next-
unfair advantage now. He's got a pen.
MashaAllah, nice du'as for Allah, the fathers, Jazakallah. Brother Shabazz, salam to you and all the listeners. That's from Yasmin Hussein.
Thank you, Yasmin. Beautiful.
Beautiful words. The next word, just like me, perfectionist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Yeah, go on.
Shionist.
Yes.
There you go. So
Expand.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then IONIST.
Yeah.
Perfectionist.
NIST.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought so.
There you go.
Well, they're doing well. Are
Take
you
them in.
doing well at home? You know what? When I'm writing letters, I always ask my missus,
Right. Okay.
how do you spell this? And you know, I'm always better than her anyway, but just in case,
Yeah.
I just get that double check.
Yeah.
Okay, management. Ari's
Okay.
management.
M-A... Wait, 2 secs.
2 secs.
M-A-N-A-G-E-M-E-N-T.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Well done.
You know, I could go on forever and ever here, but the other words were professional, implemented, corresponding, achieved, accurate, succeeded, and definitely succeeded. Both my guests, hosts here. Fantastic. Well done.
Let me try one with you because this is one that always gets me.
Yeah.
It's always the I and the E. It's received.
Received. RECEIEVED.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
Proud of yourself there.
I am. Shabazz, you made me cry. Beautiful message. There's so many people whose dads are not with us anymore. And that's from Rani.
Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie.
And anyone listening out there, very soon I'm going to be doing a story. It's called Eyes of My Father.
Beautiful.
That'll be coming up very, very soon. Just looking at the time, it is 11:16 in the UK, 12:16 in Central Europe. You're listening to Ramadan Radio Wolves Stories of the Week, and I've got one here. Coronavirus brings India's mega movie industry to standstill.
Wow.
But the lockdown to stop the spread of the novel coronavirus has meant that cinemas are closed and the movie lovers are watching their favourite films at home. So when the news arrived that the star-studded Bollywood summer release, Gulabo Sitabo, would bypass cinemas and premiere on streaming sites.
That's not really a real film, is it?
It is.
Galabo.
Gulabo Sitabo.
Okay.
It's a brand new Bollywood film, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to miss the cinemas and go live streaming on all the streaming channels. And there was a ripple of excitement through the film lovers because now there's something to look forward to. So
Yeah.
every Friday in India and Pakistan, a brand new movie gets released.
Wow.
And over the coronavirus period, nothing's been done. So this doesn't give you the same rush as watching a movie on a Friday release in cinema, but we are now reconciled to the fact that we may not catch a movie in the cinemas in the near future. Headlined by Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan and rising star Ayushmann Khurrana, Gulabo Sitabo is a light-hearted comedy. The film is based in a modern-day Lucknow, the North Indian city, once known for its aristocrats.
Wow.
Spell that.
Aristocrats.
Yes, spell it.
A-R-I-S
Yep.
T-O-C-R-A-C-T-S.
Crats. Very close.
I'll
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I'll give you that. And the magnificent mansions that would resonate with music, dance, and poetry. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to watch this if I could get that streamed
Oh, so you can stream this over the world?
over the world. Yeah.
So anybody around the world can watch these new
On
Bollywood-
certain sites, which we can't mention.
Right,
But
okay.
yes, you can.
Fine. Wow.
So, there.
Something for you to do this
Yeah,
evening, Collins.
true. Honey stealing, cow chasing bears, 9 month on the run comes to an end. A cheeky bear who had been on a honey stealing rampage for 9 months has been recaptured, bringing his campaign of naughtiness to an abrupt end.
Wow.
A honey stealing bear,
Can't write this, can you?
You couldn't make this up.
9
can you?
months on the run.
Wow.
Which country is that from?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say, but
It wouldn't be the UK, would it?
No.
It wouldn't survive 9 months because
Yeah.
there's no honey anywhere.
True.
Well, my wife would tend to disagree because I look like a bear sometimes coming down the stairs wanting to go for this sweet
Is that
joy.
because the amount of hair on your body?
Maybe, or on my face or on my head, given the pandemic, you know. Great story, Iris.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads that have returned to their Lord. thinking of everyone who has lost their dad, and for the ones who are lucky to have their dads around, make the most of every opportunity. As we know, life can be taken at any time. Great show, Cal. And that's coming from a non-describer. No one's mentioned their name.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
A word that you can't
Message
spell.
from 904. If you could give us a call back, please. And or just tell us your name.
Fine. So we're not going to do any more spelling, but just one more, please.
No.
Anonymous.
No.
Okay.
I
move
can't.
on. Let's move on.
If any caller in the next 10 seconds could spell anonymous, we'll take you live on there. I bet they won't.
No, they
I bet there's
won't.
nobody out there who could spell anonymous. I bet you.
I could spell anonymous.
Can you?
ANONYMOUS.
I don't know. Is
I
that
don't know
right?
if he's right or not. No.
Fantastic.
Yeah, if you think ours is right or wrong, please do give the studio a call, 01902 972 150. You can also text us on
07440 420 432. Some of the shows coming up later on today. We've got Hafiz Shoaib. The second half is Alam at our mosque, Bilal. He does a show between 3 and 4.
Okay.
Talks about the Quran and some stories from the Quran.
Mashallah.
Amazing show. We've got the Nile show as well with Salma
Yeah.
later on. We've got the kids on air as well. We've got the legal show with the jazz. So much happening on a Sunday afternoon. And also, you could listen to the show. Did you know the clever people listen to the show and the stupid people watch TV?
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Walaikum. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who's speaking and where are you speaking from?
I'm Joaria Ali and I'm speaking from Wolverhampton.
Jawaria Ali. A lovely name. Beautiful name. And what would you like to say today?
I would like to say Happy Father's Day to my dad, Ali Ashra. And
Oh,
he's
mashallah.
waiting downstairs.
Have you cooked him any breakfast this morning?
We're going to take him out for breakfast today.
You really?
Wow.
Oh, can I come?
Yeah.
Don't
Only
put her on
joking.
the spot.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much for your call. And do you want to say hello to anybody else whilst you're live on air?
All my family.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much, Asha.
How nice of her to call.
Oh, no,
I bet
beautiful.
her dad must be chuffed.
Oh, very proud of this young girl. Very, very proud. Thank you for your call. Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum
salam.
assalam.
See, that's all it takes is a little message, and his dad's going to be so proud of it.
Yeah, he's going to be chuffed, isn't he? He's had his name live on air.
And don't forget, it's not just about fathers; it's about uncles as well.
Yeah. Uncles, fathers, brothers. Any messages like that, please feel free to get in touch.
Yeah, and that person who messaged earlier was Rosina.
Oh, thank you, Rosina.
Thank you.
Rosina,
Could
thank
you want to repeat her message, Cal, if you've got it there?
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the dads that have returned to their Lord. Thinking of everyone who has lost their dad, and for the ones who are lucky to have their dads around, make the most of every opportunity. As we know, life can be taken at any time. Great show, Carl, and that's from Rosina.
Beautiful.
Nice message.
And from Nadia Ahmed, I was correct on my spelling of anonymous.
You're joking me. Are you joking?
No, I'm
You
not.
got that
joking.
right?
Yeah, I did get it right.
Nadia, you're pretending, aren't you? You're lying to us. Happy Father's Day to our hero, our amazing dad, all the way in Austria. We love you millions, love you always, and love you forever. That's from Kaya and Kyra.
Mashallah, what a message.
Beautiful, isn't
Beautiful,
it? I know
yeah.
you know them names, Kaya and Kyra.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
International show here on
Wow.
Ramadan Radio.
Did they say Austria?
Austria.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mashallah.
nice. A few more minutes after the new. Well, I was going to say the news. After the break, we're going to be talking about this day in history. We've got lovely stories from around the world, from New Zealand, from America. I've got a story about eyes of my father. It's a beautiful story, and I hope I do it justice. It's a long story, so you have got to bear with me. Any more stories?
Yeah, so I just want to take you around. So I love an eclipse. I love looking at eclipses. I know people aren't really bothered sometimes, but there's a stunning ring of fire solar eclipse that will happen this weekend. Only problem is, Cal, we're not going to be able to see it.
No.
Because it's not happening in the UK.
Nothing happens in the
Yeah.
UK, does it?
However, I think it was still a noteworthy story. So several countries in Asia will get treated to a special ring of fire solar eclipse this weekend as the moon passes in front of the sun. Known as a total annular eclipse, it will appear as a blinding ring of light in the sky on June the 21st. It occurs as the sun, moon and earth align while the moon is at a furthest point in its orbit of the earth. Unlike a full solar eclipse which bolts out of the sun, the annular eclipse leaves a ring of fire effect as the moon passes in front of the sun. According to NASA, the countries that will get the best view of the eclipse are located in Central Africa, the Arabian Peninsula and the narrow stretch of Asia. So Central Africa after the show, Cal? What do you think?
Jumbo jet,
Yeah, let's do
fly
it.
over.
Let's do it.
You know,
Let's
I've
do
seen images of this and it looks really
Yeah,
amazing.
it does, doesn't it?
It happens every year, apparently.
Yeah.
It looks something out of a sci-fi film, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the moon and the sun behind it with the sun's flares beaming
Yeah.
out. Amazing stuff. Once again, telephone lines are open. 01902 972 150. If you want to give that loved one a message, your special dad, do give us a call or text us 07440 420 432. See you soon. Welcome back to Stories of the Week with Khalid Shabazz and Aries. And we're going to go back in history. Today is Sunday, 21st June 2020. It is the 173rd day of the year with only 193 days left to go. In 1547, Great Fire in Moscow, 2,000 to 3,000 people killed. In 1675, Christopher Wren began work on rebuilding St Paul's Cathedral in London after the Great Fire. In 1887, Britain celebrated the Golden Jubilee of Queen Victoria. In 1913, Tiny Broderick is the first woman to parachute from an airplane. In 1990, Iran earthquake, and a major earthquake measuring 7.7 magnitude near the Caspian Sea in Iran killed more than 50,000 and injured another 135,000 people.
Wow.
In 2001, Pakistan General Pervez Musharraf takes power. The military ruler takes on the role of the president and chief executive. Following his announcement, the constitution and parliament were suspended 2 days after. This follows earlier decisions to ban opposition parties holding planned pre-democracy rallies. In 2005, New Zealand rat causes telecom problems. A communication problem occurred in New Zealand after a rat chewed through an important fibre optic cable, shutting down the country's internet and mobile phone services for around 5 hours.
Wow.
And in 2019, UK police called to house of a leader contender, Boris Johnson, of alleged altercations with his girlfriend.
Okay.
In 1948, Lord Mountbatten resigns as Governor General of India, formerly the last Viceroy. And birthdays today, if you're celebrating 1922, Judy Holliday, actress. In 1982, the Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, was born. In 1955, Michel Platini, French footballer, player and administrator, was born. In 1989 was born Indian actress Angela Krislinsky, and someone who passed away on this day in history, Benazir Bhutto, Prime Minister of Pakistan, born June 21st, 1953 in Karachi. That was this day in history.
Wow. Did you know that Benazir Bhutto has visited our village in Pakistan?
Did she?
Yeah, there's actually a jonk named after her.
Jonk?
I bet Aris doesn't know what a jonk is, does he?
No, I do not.
It's basically a roundabout.
Well.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a roundabout in our village?
I have. No, it's not used as a roundabout. It's just a circle in the middle of the road, and you just go whichever way you want to go.
I've had a nice message. Happy Grandfather's Day to our lovely Abaji and Dadabu. May Allah give him the long, healthy lives. Ameen. Lots of love from Faria, Isaac, and all the grandchildren. Missing you lots always. Thank you for everything.
Ameen.
And another message from Asim Ahmed. Happy Father's Day to his dad.
Beautiful message. Once again, if you want to say Happy Father's Day to your dad, you could do it live. Live is the best way because it's more meaningful, I think.
It is. And what's that number?
It is 01902 972 150.
Fantastic. So, some more news coming out of the US. So, I know you're a big Donald Trump fan, Khalid.
Support Donald Trump all the way.
So, six Donald Trump.
No way.
Joking, by the way.
Six Donald Trump campaign staffers test positive for coronavirus before the indoor rally. So, Donald Trump's presidential campaign says 6 of his staff members helping set up his Saturday night rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, have now tested positive for coronavirus. So this disease doesn't leave anyone alone. Doesn't matter who you are, you know, how high up you are in the food chain. It's there.
I watched the news last night because I like to catch up on the latest news before I do this show.
Yeah,
and
it's always a good idea.
It is. And Donald Trump, he had a rally in Tulsa, and he had this like a different section for the overcrowd.
Okay.
So they were expecting like 80,000 people to turn up to this rally, and nobody was there. Nobody turned up to this second part, and there were still spaces in the first part. So, you know, they wasted millions and millions of dollars,
Wow.
you know, US dollars.
Well, it's going to be quite a momentous time for the US over the next few months with the elections that are happening. So we'll have to watch this space and see where we are in 3 to 4 months' time.
Do you really want Donald Trump to be
To-
president again?
No.
Not really, to be fair. I mean, he hasn't really affected my life in any way. I just think, I mean, I do like travelling to the States, as long as my life's not made any worse by him being there or not being there.
It always is, mate. Every time I've gone into the States, I've been frisked, I've been checked, I've been told I'm on the 52 playing cards of terrorists.
Right.
I am a terrorist every time I've gone.
So every time I've been, when I went with the boys, such as yourself, we went on our stag do to Las Vegas. We didn't even make it off the plane. So anyone that's listening, this is probably a story for one of the other weeks, but just touching on it lightly. Yeah, got to walk through Houston Airport. We got made to feel like terrorists. It was a horrible feeling,
Especially for Shabazz, because soon as he stepped out the plane, come on, son.
I didn't even get off the plane. So you have that ramp that comes down. I literally got to the end of this ramp. They looked at my passport, 2 police officers, and then I found myself walking through Houston Airport. Everybody was looking at me because this was not long after 9/11, and it just shows that the level of discrimination. Just shows the level of discrimination. However, every time I've been with my wife, straight through, no issues. So I went to New York, went to Florida, not an issue, straight through. So I think it was just the fact that I went with Khalid Akhtar that made
I think so, because I'm on the 52
Right,
card list.
that's
That's
what
why you got stopped.
There you go.
And also from the UK summer scorcher, UK weather forecast, Britain set for hottest day of the year as 31 degrees, tropical plume heading to UK. Britain is set for the hottest day of the year. Satellite pictures have shown warm temperatures en route to replace the overcast week of thunderstorms, rain and even some snow to give Brits a scorcher by Wednesday.
Yeah, so
31 degrees.
I heard about this. Apparently, we're going to have a real heat wave coming. So the forecast says that we're going to be hotter than the Bahamas. Apparently,
Really?
Wow, finally.
You know,
Hotter than
a couple of weeks ago I said there was a water ban. And then as soon as I mentioned the water ban, the skies opened up and the water come down.
Yeah.
And you know, there's still a water ban.
I know. Really?
Well,
Yeah, it's still a water ban because it wasn't enough water to fill the reservoirs.
Did you see how much it was raining, thundering?
I think most of it's in your garage, isn't it?
Yeah, my garage was flooded.
Well, just touching on that, I think I can't remember in my life seeing rain that bad for that prolonged amount of time. It was absolutely horrendous. And you know, the stuff you're seeing on social media with the floodings in Birmingham, in Manchester. I mean, I always used to think that flooding only would occur if you live by the coast, you know, being naive, thinking that if you live in the centre of the country, you're not going to get flooded. But I think the state of our sewage systems, I mean, some of the places were crazy, you know, 4 or 5 foot high floods.
Yeah.
So our thoughts and prayers go out to all that were affected.
Eyes of My Father. It's a story that I picked up on, and I thought I'd share it with all the listeners on Ramadan Radio Wolves. Eyes of My Father. A teenager lived alone with his father, and the two of them had a very special relationship. The father believed in encouragement. Even though his son was always on the bench, his father was always in the stands cheering. He never missed a game. This young man was the smallest of the class when he entered high school. His father continued to encourage him, also made him very clear that he did not have to play football if he didn't want to. But the young man loved football and decided to hang in there. He was determined to try his best at every practice, and perhaps he'd get to play when he became a senior. All through high school, he never missed a practice or a game. He remained a bench warmer for 4 years. His faithful father was always in the stands, always with words of encouragement for him. When the young man went to college, he decided to try out for the football team as a walk-on. Everyone was sore he could never make the cut, but he did. The coach admitted that he kept him on the roster because he always puts his heart and soul to every practice, and at the same time provided the other members with spirit and hustle they badly needed. The news that he had survived the cut thrilled him so much that he rushed to the nearest phone and called his father. His father shared his excitement and was sent season tickets for all the college games. The persistent young athlete never missed practice during his 4 years at college, but he never got to play in the game. It was the end of his senior football season, and as he trotted onto the practice field shortly before the big game playoff, the coach met him with a telegram. The young man read the telegram and became deathly silent. Swallowing hard, he mumbled to the coach, "My father died this morning. It's all right if I miss practice today." The coach put his arm gently round his shoulder and said, "Take the rest of the week off, son, and don't even plan to come back to the game on Saturday." Saturday arrived, and the game was not going well. In the third quarter, when the team was 10 points behind, a silent young man quietly slipped into the empty locker room and put on his football gear. As he ran onto the sidelines, the coach and his players were astounded to see their faithful teammate back so soon. "Coach, please let me play. I just got to play today," said the young man. The coach pretended not to hear him. There was no way he wanted his worst player in the playoff game. But the young man persisted, and finally, feeling sorry for the kid, the coach gave in. "All right," he said, "you could go in." Before long, the coach, the players, and everyone in the stands couldn't believe their eyes. This little unknown, who had never played before, was doing everything right. The opposing team could not stop him. He ran, he passed, blocked, he tackled. He was like a star. His team began to triumph. The score was so tied. In the closing seconds of the game, the kid intercepted a pass and ran all the way from the winning touchdown. The fans broke loose. His teammates hoisted him onto the shoulders. Such cheering you never heard before. Finally, after the stands had emptied and the team had showered and left the locker room, the coach noticed that the young man was sitting quietly in the corner, all alone. The coach came to him and said, "Kid, I can't believe you was fantastic. Tell me what got into you. How did you do it?" He looked at the coach with tears in his eyes and said, "Well, you knew my dad died. But did you know that my dad was blind?" The young man swallowed hard and forced a smile. "Dad came to all my games, but today was the first time he could see me play, and I wanted to show him I could do it."
Wow. Wow, it's brought a tear to my eye. Fantastic.
Beautiful story.
Beautiful.
And I thought I'd share that with the world.
Beautiful story. It just goes to show the lengths that fathers will go for their children. So anybody out there, who, please send a message for your father. Even if it's a small little gesture today, I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Fantastic.
Yeah. And saying that, my dad passed away 19 years ago.
Yeah,
Every day I remember him.
I'm sure.
And what I would do just to say a small message to him.
Yeah.
And you guys out there have got a chance, because your fathers, or some fathers, are alive out there. Please do tell him that you love him, because it's so hard for, especially a son, I think, it's hard for him to tell his dad, "I love you."
Yeah.
And especially from like our generation, Shabazz.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think also, if you look at technology as well, I think we live in an era today where luckily people have got memories of their love of their fathers, mothers, on videos and cameras. I think we were a little bit unfortunate from that perspective. Our memories are very much in our heads, to be fair. So yeah, absolutely testament to what you've said. Beautiful story with a great message.
Once again, if you want to tell your dad that you love him, you could text in 07 440 420 432, or you can call in 01 902 972 150. Aris.
Man fined £450 for proactive fart in front of police officers. A man in Vienna has been fined nearly £500 for farting proactively in front of police officers.
Why is it always you who brings these poop or farting stories?
Officers argued that the offender was uncooperative and behaving proactively with the officers leading up to the incident. What would you do if a man farted on you?
I can't say that live on it. Something bad would happen to this man.
a fine of €500, maybe something like that. You
Yeah.
know?
I'd probably take 500 euros off him.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'm making a bit of a theme around vegetables and fruits, as you can, if anyone heard our last week's
Yeah.
show.
In fact, I'm still after this smoothie that your wife makes.
Well, you need to come down. You need to, as soon as this coronavirus is over, by
no,
all
no,
means,
actually, I was going to ask you a favour.
go on.
I haven't got one of these football streaming channels,
Right.
and Wolverhampton Wanderers is playing Bournemouth Wednesday night.
Right.
And I was going to ask, can I please come and watch football at your house?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's strict social social distancing measures going to be in place.
Can you put the kids to bed?
Kids will be in bed. You don't have to worry about. In fact, you can come and help me put them to bed. How about that? Yeah.
Probably scare them.
Yeah. No, not a problem at all. More than welcome. More than
Okay,
welcome. The
that's
more
it.
the merrier.
Asim, Khalid, Aris, whoever wants to come.
Okay, let me rephrase. No, more the merrier.
Thank you very much. Football as well. Football is back. There's a derby today. Everton versus Liverpool.
There is a derby, yes. I think, unfortunately, Liverpool missed the chance to win the title today, given Man City winning on Wednesday, I believe. But I think it's in the bag now for them, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, all these Liverpool fans now. There's more Liverpool fans in Wolverhampton than there are in Liverpool.
I know.
Probably, yeah. But I think we need to be biased, not be biased. I think there are probably numerous Liverpool fans who are listening. So, as a Man United fan, I don't want to say this, but they've deserved it this season. They have been by far the
Beautiful
best
football.
In fact, for the last 2 seasons, they've been playing very well, and they deserved to win it last season. But by 1 point,
Yeah.
they didn't. And this season, they, I don't know,
Credit,
triple them.
credit where credit's due. They've been the best team. But yeah, hopefully they'll make the most of it because it won't happen again.
I mean, text coming in. That was a beautiful story, Cal. Thank you so much for sharing. My father passed away 11 years ago, but not a day goes by where I didn't think of him. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the heaven above. To all who have fathers with them. Please, please, please cherish every moment. From Nadia Ahmed.
Thank you, Nadia. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Free internet to help poorer pupils study online. Free internet access is being offered for 6 months to help some disadvantaged youngsters studying online. The scheme will provide 10,000 families in England with vouchers for internet access funded by BT and distributed by the Department of Education. Most primary and secondary pupils are still out of school and learning online, but there have been concerns about a digital divide with poorer pupils missing out. School Standards Minister Nick Gibb said everything possible would be done to make sure no child, whatever their background, falls behind as a result of coronavirus.
So this is a type of news that we need. Some good news like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, obviously there's poor families out there and they cannot afford to get on the internet.
I
so-
think sometimes we take it for granted, being able to go online, research something when we need to. I know when we're doing some research for the show, it's very easy just to open your laptop, open your phone, have a look what's going on.
Is that what you do?
Laptop, phone.
I actually go
Yeah.
to the countries and get...
Yes, of course.
Only joking.
Only joking. So I wanted to share a vegetable related story, given I seem to be... That seems to be my forte at the moment. But a man shares a simple hack to peel onions in seconds with absolutely no tears. So I know you're an avid cook yourself, Khalid. So
Yeah.
and you peel many an onion. But
Again this morning, it's Father's Day, and I'm thinking, I'm sniffing my nose. Where's the breakfast? And nothing. I get out of bed, I showered up, and even by going to the shower, I pull my back, and then I come downstairs, sniffing, nothing.
Maybe when you get home.
maybe when you get home, yeah.
Well, it'd be dinner time then, wouldn't it?
Well, your household have got 20 minutes or so to get something prepared for you. But no, I just wanted to share. A man shared his method to effectively remove the skin from an onion in a matter of seconds. The others love the hack after the video shared on social media. Onions being a key ingredient in many of our favourite recipes, but peeling them can be enough to drive amateur cooks mad. Scratching off the skin always seems to leave little bits behind, or we end up taking off layers of the onion too, and the whole process is enough to leave us in tears. but one man has shared a simple but effective method to peel the vegetable, which also harnesses your anger at having to do the job in the first place. He simply gives the onion a punch in the face.
Punch in the face.
Right, it begins by cutting off the remains of the stalk and chopping it into half, and it splits where the stalk would have been. Placing it flat on a chopping board says, we want to know the best way to peel an onion before making a fist and slamming it down, splitting the onion in half. There you go.
Are you good at cutting onions?
I am now, having read this story. Just give it a good whack. And,
Do you cry when you cut onions?
I do have tears, but
Is that because you love the onion? Or
could be. I'm just a very loving type of a guy, you know.
I've got another story here as well. Bizarre £16 face bra which claims to get rid of double chins with no dieting or exercise wins a legion of fans. A bizarre face bra which claims it can slim your face without diet or exercise has won over a legion of fans after video women modelling an unusual contraception went viral. The slimming device from Australia-based face bra, which ships internationally, claims to get rid of your double chin when it's worn every other day for 40 minutes. And it's cost £16, 16p.
That's got to be a joke.
No.
A face bra.
So like a bra, but you wrap it around your face. It's mad.
Well, I suppose if you're wearing a face mask, you might not be able to see it. So could be a good way to go. Or maybe you can get a built-in face mask and face bra.
Face bra.
No?
I don't know. It could be one for the future.
Well, if you can model one for us next week, I think that would be really good for our listeners.
I think I've got my solicitor in here. He's going to take you to court for saying that.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Jar Saab, he's going to be doing the show right after us at 12 o'clock. He's here. I think he wants to say a few words, doesn't he?
Mental health.
It's about mental health.
Mental health.
Did you mention about the death, suicide?
Suicide, yes. We've done Mr. the Bollywood star. We talked about him. So, Ijaz Saab's going to be talking about the Bollywood star. So, listening to him. It's all about mental health.
Yep.
I think, Shahbaz, you probably need it as well.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
And I think we've got a doctor in as well, haven't we? Yeah, doctor. So loads happening here on Ramadan Radio, Wolverhampton. We've got 3.5 minutes. More stories coming your way. Did you know somebody's actually left £151,000 worth of gold on a train in Switzerland?
What train and what carriage?
If I knew, do you think
Where
I'd be
can I
sitting
find
here?
this?
Okay, fine.
If you happen to leave more than £150,000 worth of gold bars in a Swiss train, you can now come forward to claim it. Authorities in the central city of Lucerne have said a package containing bars worth about 182,000 Swiss francs was found in the train that arrived from the northern town of St. Gallen in October, and efforts to find the owner have failed.
Well, I was in St. Gallen last week. I remember being
No,
there,
in
which is-
October.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, I was
Basic
there in
lies.
October.
Yeah, you're both lying to me. It's an Islamic radio station. You're both lying to me.
I know. It's that gold. We shouldn't. Yeah.
Money changes
Get us
people.
back on track. Get us
Yeah.
back on track.
Well, I was going to say, is it mine? No.
No.
But yeah, if you've lost 150, I'm sure if you'd lost 150,000,
Yeah, I'd go claim it.
definitely. But yeah, this is all happening here. Some more messages coming in. Simon B just said, thank you for a great show. And thank you for all the messages for the fathers out there.
We've had some really nice messages today. Some lovely messages. Thank you so much for getting in touch.
Just a few more minutes left. I've got one more story that I need to share, and it actually relates to me as well. Woman dies after running into a glass door that she did not realise was closed while rushing out of a bank to collect her keys. A mother of two, Beena Jui Paul, approaches the bank branch counter in India. She suddenly realises that she left the keys outside and rushes to retrieve them. She fails to notice that the entrance door is closed and smashes into the glass. A shard of glass pierces her stomach and she collapses to the bank floor. This actually happened to my dad when he was alive.
Look, you ran into a door.
Yeah, he went to
Wow.
one of the banks, and as he was coming out, because the window was so clear,
Yeah.
he actually went straight through it. He never came back for ages, and there was no mobiles back then, so we couldn't phone him. He just disappeared. We thought that he might have been kidnapped or something because he was doing the banking.
Yeah.
But all the time he was lying in hospital and had to have stitches to his thigh. we only found out when we phoned the police because he didn't turn up.
Wow.
And then we went to the hospital. He was there lying on the bed, and he had, I think, about 14, 15 stitches that the glass went straight through.
See, that's what I call real men, because they just probably got on with it. You know, these days there'll be personal injury claims, and you know the world we live in today.
Yeah. And
So,
Mr. Jars is laughing now, isn't he? Because he'd make loads of money
he
out
would,
of it
yeah,
as well.
He would, yeah. So, no, testament to your dad for taking it in his stride.
There you are, another show. It's nearly time to say goodbye before we go. Shabazz, I know it's been a difficult week for you.
It has, yeah. So, just want to finish off by saying a message to my father-in-law and to the family. Our thoughts are with you, and may Allah grant him the highest rank in Jannah.
Ameen, Ameen. And thank you for taking time out and doing the show, because
No
I know it was difficult.
Yeah.
And Ari's, as usual, thank you very much.
Thank
Two
you
shows
too.
this week.
And
Sports, and then we're done.
sport yesterday and then today as well.
You know, next week you'll be doing your own show. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, you could do a Jazzy show, he's saying. You'll have to become a solicitor first.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you very much. We got a Jazz with the Mental Show next to talk about the Bollywood star who passed away. We've got a specialist doctor in as well who'll be joining him. Once again, thank you very much for your calls. Until next week, Sunday 10:30. Take care. Khuda Hafiz.